your two dads show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Tomorrow, yeah.
New York State will just take your property. Also, recycling, I guess, is bogus. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I thought we put a studio fade on this. Do I have the wrong clip? Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Your Two Dads here on rumble.com/JJW or on Discord right there or on youtube.com/links in the link in the description below because I can't read it. Morning.
I'm not a headbanger like I used to. I used to be able to. Now my head's like, oh.
Now I've got a headache. Oh my God, I'm getting dizzy.
What's up, dude? Hello, good morning.
I'm so excited to talk about the news. Do you ever feel like you've been lied to your entire life?
I think everyone tells me the truth at all times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
That's fun.
Why
That's
not?
great.
Why would people lie to you?
Why would
they lie? Why would this particular person lie to you?
We got stuff we're going to talk about. Some stuff that's exciting, some stuff that's cosmic and otherworldly, I guess. I saw some of your links there. We got some AI news.
That's AI news.
Yeah.
And I read the story and then I read it again because I wanted to see if I tried to understand the story the first time. And then after the second reading of that story, I thought, JJ's going to like this. You're going to like it. I don't think you would have understood the story because the way they wrote the story was just the craziest scientific garbage, but I think I know what it means. I looked up another story, so you'll like this.
I'm curious. I'm curious. As my kids will tell me, they're curious about things. Oh, I'm curious about that, Dad. Okay, that's good.
Then answer. Don't be one of those people. It's like, I don't know. All of our parents, I don't know. You know.
Look it up on your phone. No. I go all the way the other way. I give my kids a lot of answer to the point where they're like, I don't want to know anymore, Dad.
Then you're making it not fun for them when you do that.
No, that's not. Ask them.
Okay.
You ask them next time that they're around. Especially physics things. They ask me stuff about this, and I'll give them physics answers.
You got to give them an answer for their age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be like, okay, let me get out the cork board here. Hey. No, they're freaking. You got to be like, okay, this is the cool thing about what you're asking, blah, blah, blah. But then, I did that with Maggie. Maggie's 12 now, and we just had a conversation about space and earthquakes the other day, and we went into something else, and it was like a very, very nice conversation that you would have with somebody, with my 12-year-old, because
like outer space and earthquakes.
It went for. She started with earthquakes, and then we got to the outer space topic was like a lot more that we talked about. Right. But it was a nice conversation I had with my 12-year-old about that because she could, but
my kids are bright. You'll get to that point.
You'll get to that point. They're
but
just curious right now.
I tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not giving them an answer to just hush up most of the time.
No, I know. I know you don't do that. I'm not trying to insinuate that at all. I know you don't do that. You do the opposite. You're like, I'm glad you asked. All right, if you will get the Encyclopedia Britannica, grab volumes 1 through 12 right now, and we'll just cover those today. We'll get volumes 13 through 42 tomorrow.
Yeah. Dad wants an encyclopedia. Oh, way back in the previous generation. Way back in the 1900s.
Get the flashlight. We're going to the attic. I want to show you something. Some boxes.
Yeah.
All right. So if folks are looking for the song of the day real quick, we moved it to the end of the show this week. We are we've got some songs from Brian's.
Yeah.
So songs from Brian's.
Brian's song, you say?
Ooh,
isn't that a thing?
Good one.
Get
that one.
Oh, let me reach out over here and pull that in.
That's a bonus song.
Oh, all right. Well, before we move into the stories, I do have to remind everybody to like and subscribe.
Subscribe, not sub. Subscribe.
Yeah, we're on Rumble and YouTube, so the Rumble helps us. So help us, because YouTube doesn't help us at all.
He's cute, isn't he? Look at him.
I clicked on the wrong thing. That's our Rumble. It's great. Okay, here we go. Here's our top story today. Letitia James says that she will seize Trump's assets if he cannot pay a $354 million fine. So
Is the question really? Okay, all right.
what?
Can Trump pay a $354 million fine?
Probably not. Probably not. He's a billionaire, but like most billionaires, a lot of your wealth, your net value is tied up in assets. And his assets are buildings, a lot of which are in New York. So you'd think like, oh, well, he has like a bunch of buildings, maybe a $400 million building. He can sell the $400 million building, right? They won't let him.
Trump is not an idiot. He doesn't have all of his eggs in one basket, okay?
Right.
He's not a moron. That is even the Trump haters. If you say, "Oh, he's an idiot," then you're a moron yourself.
We have not really been following closely this case, but this is the case where he's been accused of doing financial crimes by borrowing money from a bank, and there was a summary judgment. Do you know what a summary judgment is?
Yes, where the judge
issues a ruling on guilt.
Yeah, I was going to let you. I don't know the logistics, but the judge makes it.
Well,
not a jury.
I mean, I'm not terribly familiar with it. Yeah, but not a jury, right?
Right. It's not a jury where the judge does it.
The judge said, "Oh, you're guilty of fraud. Now, how much are we going to take from you?" That was how that he did not get a jury of his peers to rule on whether or not he committed fraud. A judge just decided he committed fraud. The bank testified that he did not commit fraud. The bank said, we loaned him money. He gave us back a lot more money. It was a good business deal. So the judge says, no, that's a crime. And we're going to decide how much you owe us. And then he lost the you owe us case because they have a Democrat blue jury. And the jury said, oh, let's make him pay $350 million or something. So $354 million fine is what he's landed with. He cannot even appeal the decision until he pays. I think he has to pay 10% as a bond. And he has to get somebody to bond him for $350 million. So he might have to pay the entire $350 million before he can even appeal the decision. This is gross, dude. This is like, can you imagine if you were like, you get sent to court and then you're like, I'd like to, defend myself. And the judge says, no, you're guilty. And now you, Deacon, you owe $50,000. And to put it in scale, and you'd be like, I don't have $50,000. Okay, well, you can't appeal it until you pay the $50,000. It's nuts. So Letitia James, Deke's not especially interested in this. Okay, so why does this matter? Well, because we're moving into the era where the state, whatever the state, but especially New York, can decide that you're guilty without trial and then just take all your stuff. You can just take your stuff. That's what we do now. It's pretty cool.
Well, maybe he needs to move out of New York.
Yeah, but you can't move those buildings. You can't move those buildings, so they're stuck. So Donald Trump's in a little bit of I'm curious to see how. I kind of view Donald Trump like a story, like a movie or a book or something, and like they're just the chapter keeps changing, and they're like, there seems to be another plot twist every single time. Oh my God, Russiagate. He's working for Putin. Oh wow, plot twist. That was totally fake and not believable. And then
Did you notice, for those of you that are taking notes at home, did you notice how JJ says he views it as a story? That's called a red pill moment. That's when you realize that Donald Trump is the most successful marionette that they have ever sculpted and created.
He ain't.
How many people, I've said this before, how many people throughout history that you know of, throughout recorded history, how many people, and you can only name just a few, I bet, could captivate the amount of people that Donald Trump can with one sentence. The man can type one sentence and post it, and it will enrage hundreds of millions of people and make hundreds of million or millions of people love him.
Sure.
Not hundreds. Well, I mean, there's 330 something
He's
million people, 400
he is
million people in America. So yes, hundreds of millions.
he is outsized influence. Like
So much influence. If you look back through the leaders in history, there's not many that you could name. Maybe Alexander the Great, maybe some of the pharaohs, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, right, like even in modern history, we have some people that have this much outsized influence. Like Elon Musk has a tremendous amount of outsized influence. And like that is like he throws a little pebble in the pond and the ripples are enormous.
Yeah.
And the same thing is true for Trump. And there's a few people like that. There might be a lot more people that are just outside of our cultural sphere that we are not aware of. Like, dude, I know that I don't know anything, and so I'm going to guess that you don't know anything at all about the inner workings of Russia. The only thing we know is like Putin, and like there's all those bad guys in the movies that we watched when we were growing up, like the Kremlin, Red Square, something bad. They speak with the Russian accent, and no idea. We don't know. But inside of Russia, it's a rich culture. I have to assume they have art and history going back centuries. We have no idea at all how impactful people within that culture are to that culture. So, like, I don't know, but this guy, he definitely grabs the attention and the spotlight, as you're suggesting. But you know, the idea that he's a marionette means that like he's working on the behest of someone else, and he seems to be disrupting the someone else's. It seems like he's disrupting the someone else's. Might be the marionette strings got kind of knotted up while they were in the box, and stuff don't work right.
You know what this is, JJ?
Is that the squid monster?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, squid monster. All right. So Letitia James, New York's gonna take stuff. I don't know. I think Nguyen, whatever the judge is, and Letitia James, they probably ought to be like investigated, but you know, who's gonna do that? Also, this is the only other Trump news thing I have. Donald Trump was on a Fox News town hall, and Laura Ingraham asked him, said, "Hey, some of your recent people that you contended with or whatever, people that are suspected to be on your vice presidential short list include Vivek Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis, GOP Senator Tim Scott, Kristi Noem, Governor Kristi Noem, and former Hawaii Rep Tulsi Gabbard, and Byron Donalds. I don't know how many of those off the top of your head you can like pull and recognize.
I didn't recognize just a couple.
Yeah. Tim Scott, you might not recognize. We didn't talk to him about him a whole bunch.
I do recognize him. There was the one from Hawaii. Who was the Hawaii one?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh no, I know Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah,
I know Tulsi Gabbard. There was the other one maybe in front of her.
Kristi Noem is a governor. I think she's the governor of South Dakota. Yeah. We haven't talked about her. And there's Rep Byron Donalds, which
I don't know. Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's great. And you know, all of these guys are. I mean, with the exception of Ron DeSantis, who's pretty.
I follow Tim Scott on Twitter.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, his campaign wasn't so amazing, but you know, okay. Well, so are they all on your short list? Laura Ingraham asked, and Trump said they are. All of those names are on Trump's short list of vice presidential candidates. Can you imagine a world where we have a President Trump and a Vice President Tulsi Gabbard? Because that sounds pretty great. Even Vice President Byron Donalds, that sounds pretty great to me. So I like
to look into that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. The VP choice has absolutely no impact. It's whoever the president is. Trump said that. Okay, sure. No, that's not entirely true.
The VP is like the nitro on your presidential nomination campaign. All right, you need a little extra boost of power So you get a VP and you announce this to give you a little extra boost of power, but the VP is just kind of,
So
you remember the Bugs Bunny cartoons with the big dog and the little dog, and the little dog was like, "Hey, Spike, you want to go beat up a cat, Spike?" And Spike was like, "Nah." That's the VP. The VP's just always kind of there.
In his traditionally in the presidential race, you have the presidential candidate who's running to be a statesman, running to be the representative, and it has to maintain dignity. And then usually you select a vice president that gets to be the attack dog, that gets to go out there and say all the rough things and hit hard. And then you get to look good, and your attack dog is out there beating up the other guy. Except we have the President Trump, who will straight up get on microphone and be like, no, let me tell you, stop, hold on. And he will attack them himself.
Yeah.
So President Trump doesn't need an attack dog, although a Vivek Ramaswamy would be a great attack dog. That would be awesome.
He's a smart dude.
What
Still
Trump
don't
can't
trust him all the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. What a vice presidential candidate can buy a presidential candidate is support in a state that doesn't already strongly support Trump.
Very true.
So
yeah,
if the like Trump and DeSantis are both in Florida right now, DeSantis doesn't bring Trump anything. DeSantis is a loser out of here. But Tulsi Gabbard's from Hawaii, and Hawaii, they don't vote red. So if that can bring Hawaii into the orbit of the Republicans, that might be worth it. So yeah. So that's the short list. Yeah. So that's what Trump had to say about that. So anyway, okay, that's the Trump news. What do you want to talk about?
My Lord, my computer's freaking out over here. Hang on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
And you know what? Before we go into just whatever, we should talk about the second story that I had picked out here. Deke, my whole life and your whole life, we have been told it's going to be good for the planet if we collect our plastic bottles and recycle them in our glass stuff and our metal stuff or whatever, put them in the green bin, put that green bin out, and they'll recycle that. And we're going to be doing just a little bit to help our planet. Do you have a recycling bucket at your place?
I mean, to be honest with you, you might be surprised about this, but actually we don't. No, we don't at all.
Of course. Well, okay.
No, no. If we have some,
you're not behind us though. You might be ahead of us.
If we have some cardboard, I will throw it in the cardboard bin. But normally we've got garbage that comes down the road. We put all the garbage in the bin.
Yeah.
And it gets picked up.
So,
I know I'm an evil person.
You're not, but here's the thing. What if you're not? You have been told your whole life you must recycle to save the planet.
Right.
Well,
right.
What if it was true that we have been lied to for our forever? So here, this is the one I want to use.
Wait, you mean to tell me that milk doesn't do a body good and make your bones stronger? No.
I mean, it sells milk.
If you don't realize that came out years later, that was a complete lie. Okay.
Hardly any plastics can be recycled. Hardly any plastics can be recycled. Producers
what do they do with them then?
Have known for decades. Plastic producers have promoted the recycling their products as an environmental solution for my whole life. And I have a recycling bin, and we put as much stuff in the recycling thing as we can. Despite decades of firsthand knowledge that it's not feasible. More than 99% of plastics are produced using fossil fuels. And of these, the vast majority cannot be recycled in the sense of being processed and turned into entirely new products. According to a report from the Center for Climate Integrity, viable end markets or businesses that buy recyclables to make new products only exist for polyethylene, and high-density
God bless you.
polyethylene plastic containers, according to the report. The Environmental Protection Agency materials have documented this for 30 years.
To refilate.
Refilate. Oh, you're trying to say the
Polyethylene,
word? Hold on, let me zoom it in.
polyethylene terephthalate.
Where did it go? Where's that word?
Whoa, I've lost it now.
Here it is.
Polyethylene terephthalate and high density polyethylene plastic containers.
Yeah. So
that's pretty funny.
So they use that little recycling triangle thing on the products to make you feel good about it, but can't actually recycle it. So
like the pictures of the paper straws each individually wrapped in the plastic.
Yeah.
I come across stuff like that in the produce section all the time. I'm like, why does this have plastic on them? Why? You know, I highly recommend going to a farmer's market now that we're getting closer and closer to spring. All right. The little March flowers were coming up. Hey, thank you to our person that left a comment on the video that
Laura.
watches after the fact.
Appreciate it so much.
The Easter lilies. That's right. That's what they're called. The Easter lilies. I forgot that, but that's what they are. The beautiful flowers. I always picked March flowers for my mama because her birthday's March the 10th. So they would always be very prevalent. So I was a kid. So I love those flowers and they're coming up. So what I'm getting at is it's spring, go to your farmers markets or plant your own plants. They're not hard. It's not hard.
My kids and I are in a project of planting tomatoes, cucumbers, and watermelon.
Also get like some lavender. Okay. Try to find some little lavender. You don't have to do much to it. It smells so good. It keeps bugs away. It naturally keeps pests away. And it smells so good. We always put lavender at the front of our garden and the back of our garden. It smelled so good. And then when your garden's over with and you get to mow over it with your lawnmower, oh, it smells so good. It's so awesome. I got to go. Hang on.
Oh my gosh. So the plastics probably end up the plastics we cannot recycle. Probably a lot of them end up here in there's the eastern and the western and the subtropical convergence garbage patches. So you got like an entire island because you got ocean currents moving this stuff around, right? You got this circular ocean current that kind of pushes things one way and then pushes things another way. Yeah. So there's over in Asia, there's a western garbage patch that's huge. And then over just, in the Pacific between us and Hawaii, there's another one. And then it just kind of like moves back and forth. So, and it's not getting recycled. It's just getting like floated. And I have a suspicion that
wasn't there that kid that go ahead.
I mean, I just have a suspicion that when they pick up recycling, they just dump it with the trash in the dump. I think they do, or they burn it. I don't know.
Here you go. This is what I was getting at. Did we? This is what I was going to ask you. Wasn't there a kid that found this plastic eating thing? And yes, a student may have a solution to one of the world's most urgent environmental breeding bacteria capable of eating plastic and potentially breaking it down into harmless byproducts. That's the microbes degrade polyethylene terephthalate, PET, one of the world's most common plastics.
Recycle.
Yeah, used in clothing, drinks, bottles, food packaging. Yeah. It takes centuries to break down. Morgan Vague, who is studying biology at Reed College in Oregon, said the process, if sped up, could play a big part of the solution to the planet's plastic problems. Around 300 million tons of plastic is discarded each year. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah. Oh, here I found out. Here, this is useful. This is useful, folks. Look at this. I found a chart of
Here's Morgan.
Here's a chart of the recycling things. The triangle with the number 1 is PET. That's the polyethylene terephthalate. That's stuff that you can recycle.
It took it off the screen.
Oh, here.
That's my bad.
So the one with the triangle with the 1, that can be recycled. The triangle with the 2, high density polyethylene, maybe not. Polyvinyl chloride, no, cannot. Infrequently recycled. If recycled, it's converted into flooring for roadside gutters. The number 4, difficult to recycle. Number 5, it can, but most of it's thrown away. So like you can look, there's 7 different categories, and of the 7 different categories, only number 1 is easily recyclable. 1 and 2 is easily recyclable. The rest of them. So next time you're looking at your bottle, you got a bottle. I don't have a bottle.
Look,
you got one.
I got you one. Take that thing off the.
Yeah, here. What do you got there? What is that?
Gatorade.
Gatorade. Yeah. What's the number? It's too blurry. You can't read it.
It's a 1.
Oh, okay. Look at Deacon doing his part for the world.
PETE. This is. I bought this Gatorade like last year, dude. This is my water bottle that stays here at the radio station. I fill it up every day before I leave and stick it in the refrigerator. So in the morning at 5 a.m., I have ice cold water that I can drink. And it wakes me up.
Recycle.
That's right. That's how I recycle. This is my damn water bottle.
That's reusing. That's very. Look at us. You're folks. You didn't know your two dads are so environmentally conscious. We're very green.
Hey, I don't litter. I don't litter at all.
Right.
I pick up. I don't go out of my way and like pick up stuff, but I always made sure to one of my rules when I was the coach at the baseball team, one of my rules was this place is cleaner than we if we walk in and it's dirty, you pick it up, and when we leave, it's going to be absolutely clean. There's no
Boy Scout rules, bro.
You don't make a mess, you clean it up.
Yes.
Don't leave an imprint. It's stupid.
Okay.
We're smarter than that as a species.
Hey,
some people aren't. They just throw crap around.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, it's disgusting, dude.
I don't get mad at those people anymore. I just, whatever.
Yeah. Look, there's human scum. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we have because
we gotta leave early today. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I don't even know if I'm gonna guess.
I saw this story and I just don't know what to think about it. So I'm gonna see what you think. Putin's security service has detained a California ballerina because she made a $50 donation to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
An American citizen, I guess, she's from California anyway. But she's a ballerina. She's sitting down, she's got one of them double back arms.
Okay, elbows. I see it now. It just looked weird. I was like, is she missing her arm?
The Federal Security Services identified and detained 33-year-old woman who lives in LA. They said in a statement she had raised money for a Ukrainian organization that bought weapons and other equipment for the Ukraine's military. They identified her as Ksenia Karolina, and she reportedly is a 33-year-old resident of LA. But she's a ballerina. I wonder if she's Russian born. And then, but $50, dude, she raised $50. So they're like, oh, treason.
That's going to help out the Ukrainian military because the over $100 billion we've already given them. This $50 is going to put it over the line.
They're playing hardball, I guess. Detaining ballerinas. I don't know. I hope that if she's an American citizen, I hope that at least 2 citizens arrested in Russia in recent years, including Brittany Grinner, have been exchanged for Russians jailed in the U.S. So maybe they're doing a little, maybe they're trying to do a little swap-a-roo thing.
Who knows?
All right. Who knows? Yeah. Let's talk AI news.
Beep, bop, boop. This. You just wanted to hit that.
Of course I want to hit that. Oh.
You just wanted to hit that.
Of course I do.
Okay, so this is going to be short, but I just wanted to introduce you to this. Oh, you got it pulled up? Okay.
I got it so you can see it, so you can scroll.
Google DeepMind alumni unveil Bioptimus. Bioptimus. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Bioptimus is aiming to build the first universal biology AI model. What do you think Bioptimus is, JJ?
I
What does
mean,
that sound like to you?
well, it sounds like Optimus Prime, but
Well, of course, but when with the word bio in it,
well,
what
yeah.
do you
So
think
are they trying to figure out what like all the little proteins and neurons and and
Bioptimus
do?
are developing a foundational model for biology aiming to create a universal computational model that creates contextual representations of biological entities that interact with one another. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
That means they're trying to fuse AI with biology at a molecular level.
Oh, they want to bring it to life.
That's what this whole story and a lot there's a lot of fluff as in all stories, and then there's a lot of scientific mumbo jumbo talking about what other people have said. But if you read this story and then go and say basically what is Bioptimus and start reading on the getting through all of the same story, because you're going to find the same story written by 1,000 places,
Yeah.
$35 million seed money, blah blah blah. Yeah, but if you actually read it what it is, I think that Bioptimus is going to be the new overlord, the AI overlord. It's not going to be the Borg queen. It's not going to be deep mind like we thought it was for
It's gonna be
Hitchhiker's
the
Guide to the Galaxy. It was named Deep Mind, so that's
it's
why I
gonna be
always
the
thought that it's going to be
Kree
Bioptimus.
Supreme Intelligence. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the Kree Supreme Intelligence.
The Kree.
Big old vat of brain.
And then, I mean, it was very interesting when I read that. I was like, okay, well,
Wow.
okay. And I read through the whole article and I'm like, and I read through the article again and I'm like, it really didn't answer my question. So I went and and it was like, that's exactly what I thought it was. And they don't really say it in the
Ooh.
article because I don't think they want to say it in the article, but that's what it is.
So they
They're
want to make a biological based AI.
they're fusing they're fusing biology and AI at a molecular level so that it could hopefully heal itself and work that way,
Oh
basically.
yeah. So like if there was an evil terrorist that was like, oh, we have to stop this thing, and they try to damage it, then it would get better, and
Have
it
you
would
ever seen that video of that officer that's running and he gets sliced in half and he looks like metal and he's coming back together and he
yes.
forms
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Oh
That's
my.
yeah,
Well, that seems okay. Well, probably it's gonna work out fine.
I think so. I don't have any worry in the world about our overlord Bioptimus Prime.
so,
Bioptimus Alpha. I wonder if he'll talk like this, JJ. That would be great. I've practiced Peter Cullen my whole life, but I haven't got Peter Cullen. And I can't get as low as
dude,
Optimus.
he's
Is
amazing,
but he's like 80 freaking years old.
it's so distinct. I think he retired. He retired, and they're like, there's somebody else doing the voice now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday I mentioned the Sora AI. I was talking about like, oh, there's going to be videos that are like, are totally fake and almost indistinguishable. So I took a minute yesterday and I went over to look at the Sora AI like samples, and I'm gonna bring. Have you looked at these yet? Have you seen
No.
it? What?
No.
Okay, let's have a look. So this is a video. This is the entire prompt that was given right here. A woman walking down a Tokyo street with neon signs or whatever. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of prompt. That looks like an actual woman walking on. I mean, that looks real.
Yeah.
And okay, those don't look so good. This prompt was, "Hey, make a movie trailer of a 30-year-old space dude with a knitted space cap." Okay, it's
Pretty
preposterous.
good.
Yeah, that looks real. That looks like a real dude.
So did you do one for a trailer for your two
No,
dads?
they have not. allowed people to mess with this yet, because what they're trying to do, what they're going to do is, I mean, look at that. It looks like a real drone video. What they're going to do is they're going to embed something into the metadata of everything that is made so that you can't like fake it or whatever, so that you can't play it
So
off
that
as
you can look
preposterous.
into it and say, "Is this fake?" And they look into it and it says, "Yes, it's
Right.
fake." But what's
Right.
gonna happen is somebody's gonna figure out what that code is, and they're gonna get around it, and they're gonna make another code, and then they're gonna get
Oh, for
around the other
sure.
code, and then
It's
it's
going to
gonna
get
go.
broken. You got to
That's been
believe it.
happening
Look at
since the
this thing.
Zero Cools days.
A close-up shot of a Victorian crowned pigeon. That looks like a real bird, dude. I mean, like, it's incredible. The stuff here. My favorite one is let's see. They have let's see. They had one with a charming creature. Here, look at this. It looks absolutely real to me. So we are like right on the precipice of living in. It's like the Matrix, but inside out. In the Matrix, you get plugged into the machine and then you're fed bullshit. Well, we're not in the machine and we're being fed bullshit, and we can't even unplug. We can't even be like, oh my god, it's fake. Instead, you're just like,
It's cute. JJ doesn't think we're in the machine. It's cute.
I do not
You're
subscribe to
cute.
simulation theory. No.
You're
All
a cute
right.
little thing.
So that's the AI news today. Unless you had any others.
No, other
I'm
than
gonna cover your.
nice to meet you, by Optimus. I'm the one
Yeah.
that I'll make a great pet. JJ, don't listen to JJ.
By Optimus, I'm going to advocate for biological AI voting rights. I want to make sure that you also get to vote in American elections, just like all the illegal aliens.
Why not?
Why not?
No.
Here's one. I skipped over this. I should have got this earlier. This is a public safety announcement for Chicago. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has announced that he will not renew the Shot Spotter contract, which is the gunshot detection system. So the contract ends on Friday, and the technology will stop working on September 22nd. So Shot Spotter is this tech that they have deployed around Chicago that if and when gunshots go off, it triangulates where they happen and then kind of helps the police find out what's going on. So, you know.
Okay.
Don't live in Chicago. Your chance of getting shot and your crime not solved gonna go up in September. All right.
There are more people that live around me with guns than there are in Chicago. I would guarantee it. And I don't worry about getting shot ever.
No.
Ever.
There's more people
That's
getting
not
shot
a worry of
Chicago.
mine ever, any day of the week.
You know what? I wonder what the homicide rate of Chicago is versus the entire state of Kentucky. I'm going to look that up.
Look that up. Yeah, I guarantee you. Me and my brother talked about that one day because he always carries around a pocket pistol, and so does my uncle. I know 20 people right now, I can tell you off the top of my head, that carry a pocket gun or a gun on them at all times.
All right. Well, that's all that I got. If you want to do music.
Oh, I thought you was looking up.
Oh, I am looking up. Yeah, it's just taking a minute. There were
yeah, that's fine.
In 2023, there were 617 homicides in Chicago, which, hey, that's an improvement, because in 2022 there were 709.
Oh, that is good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I'm looking for the Kentucky crime rate. Oh, actually, the highest point was in 2016 with 205. So
in Kentucky?
Yes.
Chicago is 3 to 4 times the amount of people killed in just Chicago than there are in the whole state of Kentucky.
It seems that way.
Like
I'll see if I can find a better
there's
number.
More people around me with guns, and I'm not afraid of getting shot ever.
Right.
Okay. Song of the day this week, we're doing Brian's, famous Brian's for songs. And today, JJ is, what happened? Today is one of the best Brian's in music, Brian Adams. Brian Adams rules. So check out his whole catalog. My son loves Brian Adams. He was listening to Heaven in there one day. I was like, "You listening to some Brian Adams?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I love his stuff." I was like, "Oh, you need to listen to this and this and this." And he did, and he loves him now. And me and a buddy said something the other day. He said, "Man, he's highly underrated. I love Brian Adams." It's like, "Yeah, he's good." So that's your song of the day, Brian Adams. Check it out on our Discord server above JJ's head. Our songs from Brian's this week.
You're being a little loose with the spelling of Brian, though, aren't you?
Brian. It's Brian.
Sounds like Brian.
Brian. It's Brian.
What's your favorite Brian Adams song?
I don't know, man.
I can only name two. Let me be honest. I mean, when I say name, I only know two. I can't name them even. Oh wow, he did Summer of '69.
Yeah, that's probably his favorite. That one he did Everything I Do for You.
Yeah, Robin Hood. Gotcha.
From the Robin Hood. I like his other crap that don't. What's Straight from the Heart is a great one. Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman?
Is that the one from
yeah, it was from some movie.
It was a Johnny Depp movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Cuts Like a Knife is another great one.
Reggae Christmas. Hold on. I've never heard that.
Somebody, that's another good one. Somebody. That's probably one of my favorite ones right there. Somebody.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize he did Summer of '69 because that's probably gonna be my favorite. But otherwise, I would say Have You Ever Loved a Woman? It's pretty good.
That's my favorite Brian Adams song, Somebody.
Yeah.
Everybody needs somebody like you. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Song of the day. Check it out. Check out some new music from Brian's.
Right up there. Click on the server. Click on the server and come hang out with us. And while you're there, you can check out my awesome new track. I just dropped track 4 of my imaginary album by the Suckers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's over there. You can get it for free. It's pretty awesome. It's called, I forgot the name of it. The song. It's called 2 Day Shipping of Heartbreak. That's what it is.
Okay. I think I got people coming in.
Who's in love with an Amazon delivery driver.
Okay. Do you have a better joke today? We're going to end early today because I got people coming in.
Yeah, we got to go. A better joke.
Oh, you got to do better on these jokes, man. Every day you're picking up that box. I don't like it. They're not bad.
What is a robot's favorite snack?
I don't know.
Computer chips.
You're going to have to do better with these jokes, man. Come on.
That's not good.
Yeah. I've received tons of letters and emails from people at home complaining about your jokes. Like 50 just yesterday. 50 just.
How many of those did you read? Right.
All 50 of them, because I appreciate all 50 of them. Hey, yesterday after I got out of here, we found out that my grandfather is addicted to Viagra. Yeah, the whole family did. It was like a big family message that granddad was addicted to Viagra, and nobody's taking it harder than grandma.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. If you did, we'll be back tomorrow. And here's the outro.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth.
Tune in now
to that show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Conspire with us, tomorrow's news today.
Character opposite.
Oh yeah.
Do not watch your two ads.
Joe.